Let's bring in Republican Congressman John Ratcliffe of Texas. Just saw him in Catherine's piece. He is a former U.S. attorney and a member of the House Judiciary Committee. I've been reading through some notes here, and I understand that they have not said yes or no on this. What is the significance?
Yeah, they've essentially said maybe. We're still looking at it. And let me fill in the blanks. With respect to consulting with relevant parties, what they're really talking about is the Department of Justice, Rod Rosenstein, is consulting with special counsel Bob Mueller. Now, I don't know why they need additional time. Rod Rosenstein and Bob Mueller both know, as I said, that these memos are largely in the public record already. Law professors have seen them. Reporters have had access to the information in them. And Jim Comey himself is talking about them. But I do think, Harris, at a minimum, it would be as simple to at least redact the information that the department says is classified and do that quickly and get it in our hands. And, of course, the amount of information that may be classified has significant implications, or at least it should, with respect to certain folks like Jim Comey.
Who does this information belong to? Because James Comey leaked it to a friend who then, or gave it to a friend who eventually leaked it to certain media outlets. Isn't it belonging to the government? Does he have even a right to put parts in his book and put it in the hands of the media?
Well, it depends who you ask. Clearly, the department is asserting right now that it belongs to them, and that's why they're able to assert certain privileges at this point in time, or that's the position that they're taking. Jim Comey clearly is saying that it was not. And I know he has to be rooting really hard that he's right because, again, he's handed information to parties that don't have security clearances. And if it turns out that he handed classified information over, that should have significant implications and consequences for him.
Well, I'm thinking crime. Like, really? I'm only thinking crime, because why else would we care? It seems like nobody's held accountable for their morals, although James Comey likes to talk about moral fitness. But that would not be right legally if he gave knowing classified information to people who were not cleared to look at it.
Well, Harris, you're right. It should be. Leaking classified information is a crime, or at least it used to be. One of the ironies here, Harris, is that prosecuting anyone for the disclosure of classified information has been made more difficult under the Jim Comey standard or Jim Comey precedent set in the Hillary Clinton email investigation. Remember, he added an element that you have to have intent to harm national security. You can be grossly negligent. You can be extremely careless. You can take America's most sensitive national security information and leave them in a Starbucks outside the Kremlin. But under the most recent department case deciding this matter, you can't be charged with the improper disclosure of classified information.
Congressman Ratcliffe, fascinating conversation. Glad you were here today. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.